Hello, this is Mr. Stalter. I'm back with you with a podcast today talking about linking verbs and how they work in a sentence. Today we're going to look at linking verbs and what they link together. Well, obviously the name linking verb implies that they link things together. So usually we can spot linking verbs in a sentence because they are forms of the verb be. Am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, be, being, could have been, should have been, will be, shall be, etc. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes we look at a verb and it looks like an action verb, but it's not. But anyway, before I digress, let's get into what linking verbs do. The first thing linking verbs do is they link together something in the subject with an adjective or descriptor in the predicate, and I'm going to go over adjectives in another podcast down the road. But anyway, let's look at this example here. We have she is nice. Now here we have a linking verb, a form of am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, be, being, should have been, could have been, will be. In this case it's is. Now we look at the word, the subject, which is she, and then is nice. Well, nice describes she, so it's actually linking together something that describes the subject and the predicate to the subject. That's called a predicate adjective. The next thing we're going to talk about is pretty close to the same thing. However, instead of modifying it, it renames it. Now, predicate nominatives can also be called predicate nouns. So they can sometimes be called predicate nouns. Sorry about that O there. Alrighty. Now, the reason they're called predicate nouns or nominatives is because they actually rename the subject. So if we look at this one here, it says, she is, of course, is our linking verb, the captain. Well, the captain doesn't really describe her, it actually is her. And so that would be called a predicate nominative or a predicate noun. All right. So once again, linking verbs link something together in the subject, something in the predicate that relates to that subject. It can either be an adjective and describe it, or it can actually rename it like a nominative. Thanks a lot for listening, and see you next time.